How do we prepare for mass shootings like what happened in Parkland? This is Throttle Up Prepper. How do we prepare for mass shootings like what happened in Parkland this past week? This is Throttle Up Prepper. Welcome to the channel. If you're brand new, please consider subscribing. Do it now. Make sure you click the notification icon so you're notified every time we put up a video. I think we're kind of moving towards every other Monday. Officially right now, every Monday, but yeah. Having some issues from time to time, but at any rate, we're here now, and thanks for being here. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Man, we're knocking on 300's door. Very exciting stuff. But this is kind of a serious topic today, and honestly, if you're coming here thinking you're going to get the answer, you're probably going to be sorely disappointed. I'll put that up here up front. I don't have all the answers. All I can tell you is my perspective. And as a guy that's visually impaired, maybe surprise you if you're new. If you've been around, it's not going to surprise you at all. You know who I am by now. And I apologize if you can't see my head, wearing a camo hat today. I'm sure you can see me. So anyway, serious topic, absolutely horrific, what happened at the high school in Parkland. And it's one of these things that's just, there is no answer. How do you prepare for that? I don't know. As a student, you're in a jam. There's really not much you can do. They practice protocols on how to evacuate and how to hide, and there's all kinds of things we can discuss about how we can secure a campus like that, and whether or not there should be more armed security officers on duty. We can argue whether or not the teachers can be or should be armed as well. We could talk about the moral issues in our society, and we could talk about mental health situations. There's all kinds of things that can be done, should be done. Second Amendment, though, Congress shall pass no law. Short of a constitutional amendment, you're not going to get rid of them, nor do I believe we should. But from a student perspective, my God, not much you can do. I think you got to be 21 before you can carry legally yourself. There's things, I don't know if they allow those, AR 500, those bulletproof, bullet-resistant plates in a backpack. I don't know if they allow that. Some measure of protection. Not a whole lot, especially if you're in a gym class or you're away from your backpack, God forbid, if something happens. But I think it brings about the general topic of how do we prepare for these things in general, not just in a school. Obvious answer on one level is if you're able and legally able to carry a firearm, and you're willing and able to train, to be responsible, to be able to use it effectively out in public, then absolutely, I'm all for that. These gun-free zones, I think, are goofy. Just invite trouble. Where do these mass shootings happen? At malls. Why? I don't know. Most of them, they don't allow, they get little signs up, gun-free zone. Schools, gun-free zones. When you see these guys going onto a military base or into a police department shooting them up, I mean, has it ever happened before? Yeah, probably. Well, we know what happened in Fort Hood, but this gun-free zone, military, those guys weren't carrying. Insane. People are gonna get nuts on both sides of the issue. I'm pretty nuts on my side of the issue. There's plenty of people out there that just say we need to get rid of all guns, because we know nothing bad ever happens when you don't have guns in a society. Oh, I don't know, Norway, 2011, 67 people shot by one guy. The whole country's a gun-free zone, yet the bad guy got a gun and did horrible things. And we know governments, that disarm the people never, never, never are responsible for, I don't know, millions upon millions upon millions of deaths to their own citizens. So, I don't know. I don't have the answer. Like I said, it's just how do we prepare for such things? First and foremost, my thing is if you can carry and legal and able, that's one way. Can't prevent every injury, every slaying, but certainly, God forbid, if you're ever in a situation where something like that happens, you can minimize the deaths that could be brought about by a crazy person with a gun. Second of all, as for me in my house, pray. I stay prayed up. There's certain promises, biblically speaking, that are supposed to keep me safe, and I trust that and I believe it. Does that mean that the person who prays and trusts in God is never anything bad going to happen to him? Of course not. Bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. It's just the rain falls on the just and the unjust. But all I can say is having a faith, having something like that, for me, to put my trust in, gives me confidence, gives me peace, and I don't worry about stuff. But yet, you still need to prepare. Situational awareness when you're in a place that is gun-free zone. If you have to be there and you have to be unarmed, seeing where the exits are, looking around, if you can, and you're not like me, look people in the eye, see who gives you that crazy vibe, and maybe dressed inappropriately. And by that I mean, wearing big, bulky, covering clothes when it's a nice, hot, warm day. There's a good sign. I don't know. There's a million things to do. Maybe you could drop some of your ideas. What do you do? How do you deal with preparing for a mass casualty event, such as what happened tragically in Parkland? What do we do? How do we keep our students safe? What do we teach our kids? How to react? How to stay safe in a situation like that? Who knows? Is the AR-500 plate legal to bring into school? Can't be used offensively. I guess unless you're just going to whack someone in the head with it, that could be a problem. But you can probably do more damage with a pencil or a pen anyway. Anyway, hopefully this stimulates some thoughts, some conversations, and some ideas. I want to hear what you say. If you've done a video on the topic, please put a link to it down below. Let's all learn and grow together and be prepared. We don't know what's coming our way, but it is definitely time for all of us to throttle up. Until next time, God bless, and may God give peace and comfort to the families who lost kids in Parkland.